Welcome in part 2 of Combat Siege. Now, what we've got in here, what I want to show you in here, is I've got a bunch of Mi-24s. These helicopters are more designed for attack for other helicopters and ground units. Not too strong about for the bases, but what I'm doing in here is the enemy had a line of helicopters to prevent anyone to go over that, okay? So these are strong helicopters. So what you need to do, and this is the best way, is to have a bunch of them and try to aim a single enemy's vehicle or the helicopters or plane at a time. So you've got the most power hitting one troop. If you do that, you can eliminate an entire fleet of enemy vehicles if you can sort of perform that task. So as you can see in here, obviously in some situation you won't be able to avoid being shot by the enemy, but look how quickly they are going down. So, and I'm moving slowly to clearing the entire route so I can go over. And what you don't know, that just before I started making this footage, I've discovered that there was a bunch of empty bases which were just taken by the enemy, and the enemy not only didn't put the flags on them, but just kept two level 1 flags. So what I wanted to do is just wanted to go there and obviously take them all down and take them for myself. Now, what probably happened that this enemy has put all this barrier, if I can call this barrier, with the other troops to prevent others to go over and take those bases. Most likely, he tried to keep those bases for other of his team, so they can take it. Okay, most likely we all do that. So that was probably why it was holding and didn't upgrade the flags. Now you can see in here. You know, that was the part when I was learning about you know, how close you should be with your Pumas. Flags picking up the Pumas one by one. Now, I'd select the Pumas that are trying to go away, but for some reason there is some sort of delay. So just remember, Pumas have to be as far as possible, and obviously just to make sure that they actually shoot in the target, and then use other vehicle as a bite. Especially if you have no flags, they're gonna go down very, very quickly. This is one of those upgraded APCs I'm using in here. Especially that was the first base, and when you are very far away from your main bases, you need to act very, very quickly. So in that case, once I got my first base in this area, the rest is very easy, because now I've got a point where I can escape, or I can produce more troops relatively quickly, and I don't really have to worry too much. Now there you go, you can see a bunch of my Leos ready for attack. Now Leos, although they are very strong, if the base you are attacking has too many flags, that would be too much of a waste, because obviously Leos, not only they cost a lot of resources, but also their production time is very long. So if you want to make a bunch of Leos not using the gold, it's just gonna take you a lot of time, and obviously they take a lot of well, sorry, they take one group, but they take lots of military points and so on. So you know, if you don't use gold, I would rather build AML, have a bunch of them, rather than using the Leos. However, if you have perhaps even the last row of flags, the bunch of Leos should be enough. Now, it is also important, that's what I found at least, that you should have as many Pumas as possible. Now, someone will say, definitely someone will say in the comments that you can actually use, and let me just quickly check this, you can actually use, let me see what they called, no, BM30, no, where are they? Yeah, 2S7, okay? 2S7. So 2S7 are much better against the bases, but the problem is that you need to have ammunition for them, and they're very slow. Captured. And therefore, they're absolutely big no-no for me, because I don't have that much time. So I would rather have a bunch of Pumas. Because even if one of the Pumas or few Pumas get destroyed, I can relatively quickly make them and relatively quickly get them over to my battlefield. This is the main reason why my setup is what it is. It's the Leos and lots of Pumas plus some other helicopters for the protection against others, but this is generally my setup. Okay, so what we've got in here, I think that was the start of me taking all these bases now, because they were all very easy to take. I did have some resistance, I remember, and there was a one which I made a separate video of, where as you can see here, these bases are very easy, right? So it's very easy to forget that you are actually not alone, in terms of you can't just go blatantly to every base and just keep taking them, because at some point there will be someone who will be stronger. Always. And if you're taking a base after base with no resistance, it's very easy to forget that you should be careful, right? You should be prepared for some resistance. So there was one guy in that in one of the videos which I'm gonna make just after this, who actually very, very surprised me, and I was so confident that I'm gonna take the base and I can easily hold it, and he starts sending a lot of troops, and I kill these, he send another one and another one and another, and then we got to the point where I was actually properly worried I'm gonna lose that base. So it was a very, well, I would say, clever move from him, although I've managed to hold it off, luckily. But I was on the verge of sort of giving up. Well, maybe not the giving up as such, but it was on the verge to actually battle being lost by me. Anyway, so this one, as you can see, I'm just following the same procedure, if I can say, just taking base after base. Right now I must have been doing something else, because I should have attacked those anti-air units which are shooting at my Leo. I'm not quite sure what I've been doing then, but yes. Oh, Leo's taking them down. But yeah, that what it was. I think 1, 2, 3, 4 bases. 4 bases I have taken. On the part 3, you will see I have added one proper battle where I was participating with other guys. The battle looks definitely much more appealing than what I'm doing in here. But anyway, thank you very much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, and I will see you in part 3.